can't stop, thanking G and yourself, Amanda, for all the things that have kind of happened in this short period of time. With Brett with Zap passed away. Flowers. You sent flowers. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, we won 60 strong, and we kind of got a nice little gift basket. Things like that. But it's also community days that everyone gets together and just talks. You don't even have to talk finance. You just get to meet new people and say hello. We'd be sitting on the farm looking at each other, doing nothing else on that day. So
yeah,
you kind of get you out, like-minded people. So yeah, we're very thankful and grateful to the Infinity team.
Yeah.
Money isn't the root of all evil. The fucking lack of it is.
Not money, the lack of understanding money.
When I put that into emphasis, when I realised that psychological effect and how it hit our family, I FTB all the fucking way.
You are now watching the Money Mentor podcast
With Graham Home.
Graham Home.
You're fucking gone. See ya.
So my name's Amanda. I'm one of the relationship managers here at Infinity, and today I've got the amazing Tracie and Brett. Thank you for joining me, guys.
Hey, how are you?
So good, thank you. So you've obviously had a chat with G, but we'd love to know a little bit more about you guys. So tell me who you are, where you're from, what do you do, all the important things.
Well, it's Brett and Tracie.
Mm-hmm.
We're from Southern Highlands, New South Wales. Mm-hmm. I'm a farm manager. We live on 6,000 acres in the Southern Highlands.
And I work remotely for a company in WA. So I'm administration manager, those type of things. So yeah, we just do a fair bit around the farm as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our life really.
Sure, okay. And what brought you to Infinity? What was the driving force behind it?
Tracie, I suppose, brought me to it.
There's always one in the team that usually is the trigger that sets things off.
Yeah.
We had some excess cash.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a mortgage.
Yep.
So our biggest issue was what and how we'll make that money work or make that money grow.
Yep.
We possibly thought that Brett thought that it was nice watching it in the bank, but certainly doesn't move or grow in with any real structure.
Mm.
And what we decided was, after doing the free webinar and then masterclass, that the information and the whole group or our group especially, put together some really great opportunities and ideas for a structure for our money and how we can make it work for us for the future.
Yeah, so it gave you some clarity on ways that you guys can, reach those goals.
Correct.
It may take a little while for us to get there, but we've got that, that process and those steps in place. So that's really exciting. So what does it look like at the moment? So we're working on the farm, so we don't have to, cover, mortgage or anything like that. So
no, we're lucky enough to get everything covered for ourselves. Mm-hmm. All we're paying at the moment is our groceries. And a little bit of fuel in Tracie's car, and that's about it. But
all utilities are paid for by having this job, which is certainly a great benefit. It allows us to concentrate on putting as much money away every month as possible.
Yeah.
And having our FFF or our budget in place, we know exactly, kind of what we're wanting to sweep across every month at this stage.
Yeah.
To make what we've got in the bank even grow more.
Yeah. And that's a really great thing, is at the moment you guys have the capacity to really, knuckle down, right? With really limited expenses every month, you can really focus on, increasing your vault, as we like to call it, which will benefit you guys in the long run, with hopefully securing, some investments to create some wealth for you.
Yeah.
So what does your FFF look like? What did it start as, and, where are we now in the process?
We started at $750.
Mm-hmm.
After being onboarded by yourself, we kind of came to the realisation that things that we thought were in that makeup weren't necessarily. So we kind of farmed a lot of things out of the 750 and we came down to 410.
And how are you finding that?
It's easy
Yeah, we can do it easy now.
because we
After our
did
60 Strongs challenge.
Yeah.
So we put $5 away each for 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
So about $70 extra a week. So we could come down now to $3.50, $3.40 a week.
What did the $5 represent for you guys?
Cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee a day.
Wow.
So that was kind of part of the challenge.
Yeah.
Along with other things we needed to do, but it needed to show that you had a commitment of some description to put something away every day. And G left it up to us as to how much that could have been.
Mm-hmm.
We just thought $5 was a round figure, $70 for the week, and we didn't miss it.
Yeah.
So, and we haven't, and consequently, even when we were transferring our funds back over every week, we kind of had a $90 type of buffer in some respects. So
Wow.
we could kind of see that could work for us quite easily.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't pay much in the way of fuel. Brett gets his fuel paid for. So, even though we're allocating a little bit into the FFF, we kind of figured that, so we could possibly screw it down a little more to about $3.50.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So,
And that I love that.
and there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
We don't have any our children are grown adults and in Western Australia. So, we've kind of found that works for us.
And how did you find the 60 Strong? So you guys were really successful. Again, congratulations. Tracie, you came away as female winner, and Brett, you absolutely smashed it and came runners up. So, yep.
Second.
And we knew, guys, right? You put it out there in the universe right at the start when you signed up. You're like, we are going to be the first partners to take it out. And you did.
We did.
In amazing fashion, may I add.
I know.
Best
Right?
thing we've ever done, I reckon.
Really?
Best thing ever.
So good.
Yeah.
Best. And we're still on it.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're still doing
yeah,
it. We're still at the gym.
We're not in the second program that's running, but we've decided that we're going to give it a red hot crack and continue on all of the lessons we learned through the first.
Yeah.
And I think we're gym 4:30 every morning or every other morning, still walking our steps.
Yeah.
Eating
water
healthy.
and eating healthy. Yeah, eating healthy.
How do you think 60 Strong and Infinity aligns? Like as a holistic approach, how do you feel like the two of them work really well together?
Health and wealth.
Yeah.
Health and wealth,
two
yeah.
words that roll off the tongue really quite easily, and I think it just gives you a whole new mindset. Infinity's allowed us to think better about money and think more about where we want to be. And the health component has given us the kick up the bum that we needed to become, better people within ourselves.
Definitely, yeah. And when you're well, you can earn, right? When you're, the best version of yourself, you can get up and go to work every day, that income comes in and, it's a flow-on effect, right?
Yes.
That reflects savings, and we're getting closer to our goals.
Yeah.
So,
Correct.
it's definitely, it's the whole sort of scenario, which is why Beck and G, are so sort of focused on that side of things, because they see the benefit and the value behind,
Absolutely.
not just, guiding you guys from a financial standpoint, but also making sure that you guys are, the best, humans you can be, I guess,
Yeah.
the wellest
100%.
and, ready to take on any challenge that comes your way.
And you feel more healthier, stronger, don't you? Like it's just, clear in the mind. We talk about more things.
Yeah.
Our finance, we talk about that every day.
Yeah. So how has it changed for you guys? Like you just said that, you're more open and honest about finances. What does that look like for you guys? What's the impact of, this whole process been on the two of you?
We can kind of
Your
see
mindset, maybe.
We can see an end game.
Yeah, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, I think, now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where before, there was no light.
Well, we were just floundering around. Yes, we had some money in a bank, but what to do with it? We were also just doing our own thing. Things, if you wanted it, you went out and bought it. But now it's like, well, it's a need or a want. Do we actually need it, or are we just buying it because we want it today?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's become a real standpoint with us. Like, we do have a multitude of dogs. They take
One
a
of
little
my
bit to
favourite
look
things about you guys, if I might add.
They do take a little bit, like obviously we need to purchase food and things like that for them. So we're mindful of, if we're doing the right thing and, we get a lot of feed off the land, got options there for them. So I think, when you can focus on what you've got in front of you, and where you want to be, and we're talking, a 10-year plan. I think that's the structure that we're working towards, to know that we can possibly get where we need to be for retirement.
Yep. So what does your 10-year plan look like?
A unit on the water.
Yeah.
Wollongong.
Yep. Maybe a couple of less dogs, apparently.
No dogs.
No dogs.
Well, maybe
okay.
one. Maybe one to walk.
Dog.
Just a little
We'll
house.
go from
a little
20
cavoodle, I think. We'll stick with my breed.
Yeah.
We'll just go from 24 dogs to nothing, I think.
Yeah.
But I'll slowly start breeding out of them, and because they are my life, obviously, they work and live and breathe them every day.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a sad time, but we don't want to stay on the land after that 10, 11 years. We want to have a good retirement and travel a bit, and
no lawn mowing.
No sitting on the ride on for 2 days.
You want some freedom, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So you just get out of bed, go and have coffee downstairs, go for a walk along the beach.
Yeah.
We've never had neighbours, so that's going to be a bit of a change for us. And then Tracie being a little bit older than me, I can still go to work 2 or 3 days a week wherever we go.
Mm-hmm.
Just for
it's a matter of choice then, though, isn't it? Right?
100%.
You'll have options rather than being not so much forced, but needing to do something in order to live week to week, those sorts of things.
I think it's really important to know where you're going to end up when you're at our age. If you still got no idea and you're unsure of whether you want the same thing, moving forward, I now kind of think that this is one of the best decisions we've made.
Yeah. Do you have an aha moment? Have you had one yet? Reaffirming that what you've committed to and what we're going through at the moment is the right thing, and that
Yeah, I reckon.
I think we do.
Yeah,
and I think
we're excited to see what the future does bring, and to see how many. And because we want to play that game, that bull to gate,
aggressive,
full noise,
get right into
because
it.
We've got obviously we've got the no mortgage at the moment, but we want to get right into it now and
own that house.
Yeah.
Own our own
by that 10
retirement
years.
house.
We need to get that caravan on the market, guys.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Get it going, because that's some good money sitting there, and 100%. That will have huge benefit too, won't it?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
We're not even using it.
Yeah, that's right.
That tends to be the case, the toys that everybody wanted at some point, but they can have huge impact, when, your goals change,
yes.
Your visions, have a little bit of a,
clarity.
Reassess. Exactly, that's right. So, potentially getting that gone might be that next step that we need to be taking. So that's really exciting.
Yeah,
100%.
That's a definite.
What would you tell somebody who has maybe seen, G on socials, watched a few of his things, but isn't, completely sold? If you were sitting down with him today, what would your advice be to those guys?
Just do it.
Just do it. Don't be scared.
God, you sit and procrastinate for so long. You're wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
Time is of an essence to, get as much happening as possible. Depending on your situation, but just making sure that you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Get involved.
What have you got to lose, hey?
Yeah,
100%. Put your hand up and just don't be scared.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it can be a big jump. Like we had money. A mortgage is a big thing, and you know that the house is there and you can always sell it and you might have money. We actually just had money in a bank account, and that was no good to us where it was. And
had no purpose.
It would not
right?
grow.
No.
It would not grow. It would not, it was great to sit and watch it on our apps, look how much we've got. But don't lose opportunities to kind of just grab it and go for it.
Yeah,
definitely.
And what would your feedback be to somebody who was, say, a little hesitant about having, a team of, specialists, monitoring you, I guess, watching you, and, like we do catch-ups, right?
Yes.
Regularly, we have a call, and, we catch up on life, which is really important. It needs to be more than just a transactional relationship.
Correct.
I want to know what's happening in your life. We share personal things, but what would you say to somebody that, he's going, oh, I don't want people monitoring my, transactions and telling me what I can and can't do with my own money.
I think it makes you accountable.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, we're accountable to each other. but it doesn't need to stop there.
No.
You know, I think we appreciate the fact that others are just in the background even, not necessarily telling us what to do, but at the same time being there as a bit of a backup, or you know, have I done this right, or am I doing this wrong, or should I do this or should I do that? I said I think that's a real benefit. We've found the same with, you know, Elio and Toby. You know, we've kind of been in a situation, well, can we do this? Let's look at it this way, or go that way, or do whatever we need to do. And then we've also invited the accountant Mark into the fold, so he's tidied up all of our accounting and financial type situations. So that's kind of now we're all rolled into one ball, and we kind of feel really satisfied with knowing that everything's.
Because there would be people sitting at home and go, "Oh, that's our money." Yeah, it is. It's still our money. But yous are all there holding. That's the biggest thing. It's still our money. They're not. Yous are holding our hand and guiding us in the right direction. And that's a thing people have got to accept, that at the end of the day, it's still our money. We still just do the stuff, but you people are going
You're the
beyond.
experts.
We're just providing you with a little bit of support, you know, and guidance along the way, right?
Exactly.
You know, and hopefully that, you know, benefits, you know, the long-term goals that we have in place, which is really important. You know, we're certainly not here to, you know, tell you what you can and can't do. You know, we're just telling you, you know, if we go this direction, look at, you know, your potential success that could happen from that. So
Totally agree.
100%.
And I think that sometimes just, we're all adults and we're brought up a particular way. And, you know, changing doesn't mean that you're going to be a different person. Change is good. Change will obviously give you a different clarity, different mindset.
And what have you guys liked about the community, right? You know, because Infinity is, we call ourselves a fam, right? You know, where, you know, we've got our socials and things like that. We do a lot of community events. You know, how has that, you know, benefited the both of you?
Really good.
Yeah, good, I reckon.
Well, we did 60 Strong, which was initiated by Infinity.
We've met some lovely people out of it, made some good friends out of it too. Like, it's just...
People that are maybe on the same page too. You know, you kind of can talk.
People,
everybody's very similar. Everybody's got a goal or wanting to achieve something, you know. So I think we've all got the same mindset. And we're not a cult.
And if we are, we're the best type.
You know, and
pretty wild cult.
I kind of, you know, I can't stop, you know, thanking G and yourself, Amanda, for you know, all the things that have kind of happened in this short period of time. You know, with Brett with Zap passed away, you know, flowers. You sent flowers. It was beautiful. Yes, we won 60 Strong, and, you know, we kind of got a nice little gift basket, you know, things like that. But it's also community days that everyone gets together and just talks. You don't even have to talk finance. You just get to meet new people and say hello. We'd be sitting on the farm looking at each other, doing nothing else on that day. So you kind of get you out, like-minded people. So we're very thankful and grateful to the Infinity team for, you know, giving us some new guidance and you know, giving us a new community to be part of.
That's so good.
So,
what's your current position look like at the moment? What is your, you know, what have you committed to currently from way of investments, and, you know, what does your current banking look like?
We've still got some money in the bank. We've got some money invested. And we've got 3, a dual-occ and a unit, a 2-bedroom unit, as investment properties. And I think G's got some plans for us, so we've kind of got a bit of something up the sleeve. But
you shouldn't be shocked, Brett. It's one thing I learned very early on is that you can never know what's going to come out. And honestly, it may have been something that he thought of on the fly, and it's just come to him. You know, and he's gone, wait, this can happen.
The way he looked at it through his eyes, like...
And he'll go off and he'll chat with your team and go, guys, I've got this plan. Let's make it happen. You know, and that's honestly it's just the way his brain works. It's just a wild universe in there. It's
just crazy.
And
exactly. We kind of thought initially that we may not have been accepted because we don't have a mortgage. So it's not a you have to have a mortgage group.
No.
It's not, if you've got a home loan or you've so much in debt that that you're a part of a team. We were fortunate enough to be able to sell a house in WA and have some profit from that, which is what that money is that we had in the bank. We do have a caravan to sell. But,
absolutely. Keeping tabs on that one.
But yeah, you don't just have to. The mold isn't just you have to have a mortgage
There's
to
no
be
cookie
part
cutter
of this.
here.
Exactly,
Yeah, absolutely.
And when we first started, we wondered whether we'd be accepted because we don't fit the same mold as everybody else. And I think that's the reason why we enjoyed the podcast today, because it gives a new perspective to people who are in our situation.
Yeah.
That thought, oh no, well, Infinity is only for those type of people. Well, it's for everybody. And if you kind of get lucky enough to be accepted, you won't look back.
No.
Regardless of your situation.
It's a really good takeaway that, it's everybody is so different, their situation, their position is so wildly, varied from family to family, and all it sort of reaffirms is that you don't have to be in a certain position in your life in order to take this next step.
Correct.
You just need to take the step, right?
Yeah.
Have that confidence, back yourself, and be prepared to maybe, have some tough conversations at times, commit to, some changes, but know that those changes are going to have, hopefully a really good success. Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
And we're committed to putting in as much as we can every month. That's also part of growing what we've got. And I think
and it does make you more hungrier.
It does.
Yeah.
Chase it.
Watching it build and going, we're getting closer. Yeah, absolutely.
Because time flies these days. Like this year's nearly finished.
We saw G this time last year on a current affair.
Yeah.
At the Christmas wishing tree interview that he did.
Yeah.
And we're now here again.
Right.
We're now doing wishing tree.
Yeah. You're a part of it now.
Yeah.
Right? How cool is that?
And it's kind of one whole great big circle. And Christmas might be kind of our new best friend because it's all kind of happens around this time. But I think you kind of, it's been 12 months of greatness, just getting it all into place.
Yeah, good.
So,
and it's a good reflection too, right? 12 months ago, Infinity did, around $200,000 for the Came Up Wishing Tree appeal. Absolutely annihilated this year. Yeah. So, to see you guys, be part of this next step, is just a reflection of potentially what your successes could be like, right?
Yes.
In 12 months, let's see how far Infinity have gone, with their drive and commitment to something so lovely as, the Came Up Wishing Tree appeal. We have that same drive and commitment to our clients, and making you guys get to that point, that you want to be at. So you can be in that property golfing whenever you like with the one dog, Brett, that we're going to have. Yes, the one dog, and living the life that you want, right? No longer having to worry about being at work every day, doing things that, make you happy. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah. Have you guys got anything else you wanted to share with anybody who may be still sitting on the fence?
Like I said to G, I think the agriculture game, if there's someone sitting at home in agriculture like our situation.
Yeah.
That gets everything.
Put your hand up, mate, and think of your future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like G said, it doesn't have to be with Infinity, it can be with someone else, but have a look around.
Well, the great thing about it is they give you so many free things, right? Before you commit, there are so many resources, and the webinar and all that you can watch.
Yes.
And you can take away and, put that into play, and have so much success without going to that next step. We're just leveling up when you're here, right?
Yeah.
We're just making sure that, you're consistently, getting to that next step, but
that's right.
Anybody can do it.
Anything that's free, you're crazy if you don't look at it.
Yeah, 100%.
And do something with it.
Get amongst it.
Yeah, definitely.
Get amongst it.
Cool.
You're fucking gone. See ya.